All right, talking with starting left guard Joe Brunner. Joe, yesterday in Luke Fickell's press conference, he was talking about like what he's seen from the offensive line this year, how he's mostly satisfied. You guys made a lot of improvement, but he still believes that there's room for more. What do you think he meant by that?
I think that I completely agree. I think we haven't reached our full potential. I think we're a group that's very talented, led by Coach Blazek. We got a lot of confidence in ourselves, but I know that there's so much more room to grow. So I think, as the season goes on, you learn more, you play more. So I think there's still untapped potential that we can still get for sure.
Any specific areas? Is it like certain run game or anything specific in your mind, or?
Nothing specific. It kind of just comes as the season goes. It kind of hits you. But I think so far we've done a really good job. I think obviously there's pieces and parts that you can improve on. That's every aspect of football, every group. But I'm confident in what we have done so far. But I know that there's more.
I feel like there's been a lot of overall improvement on the offensive line. It's not just like one guy or one move that has really changed things. And I think a lot of that, obviously, you guys deserve the credit, but a lot of that has to do with Coach Blazek. I'm just curious, what's been unique about him? What's been how has he changed this room this year?
I think what he does is he understands Big Ten offensive line. Came from Iowa. He's been around the coaching world, been in the Big Ten coaching. He understands that. And what he does a really good job with is knowing how to coach each guy differently. Knowing how they are coached, how they take it. And he worries about you as a person too, which means a lot as a player. Because you're going to work for a guy who you care about too. It just fires you up for sure.
How does he coach you differently?
Sorry, he knows he can get in my face a little bit. I can take it, and I like that. He fires me up for sure. He gets me going.
Nice. How is he different than other offensive line coaches you've had?
It's so hard to say because everyone's so different.
Yeah,
Everyone's different with their technique.
Yeah.
But he's a hands-on guy. He'll show you how to do it. And he knows how to do it perfectly. That's it's to be able to see that and then put it into play. It's special and it means a lot. And you grow from it just like that. It's quick.
I'm curious about the USC game. You might have been asked this already, but now that you've had a few days to look at the film, probably flush it. You guys, the first half was maybe the best half that you guys played this year. Second half, basically, why do you think, in simple terms, there was a kind of a decline in the second half?
It's hard to say. I think as a group, you got to learn how to play complementary football. You got to be able to take the energy from the defense, from special teams, carry that over and play well. I think we just got to grow as a group, as a whole.
Yeah.
We know what we can do. We know we can play with the top 10 teams in the country. We gotta go out there and show it. For 4 quarters, it's a 60-minute game. So I think we can reach that point. And it's tough. You play a half like that and you come out and stuff happens, but that's a part of the game. You just got to keep moving forward. You gotta keep going.
A lot of the dialogue around the game, fans love to nitpick, and there's obviously the 4th and 1 call where, out of shotgun, you guys didn't convert it. I know that you probably don't really care what formation the offense is in because you have to block regardless. But what do you think has been the struggle in those short yardage situations?
I couldn't really pinpoint a certain thing, but there's all this outside noise, and I know us as an offensive line, as an offense, whatever's called, we're confident that we can get it. I have the most confidence in the guys next to me, the guys behind me. I'm not worried about what formation we're in. I think if it's 4th and 1, we know what we can do. We know what we're capable of. And like I said, it's the game of football. It happens. You're going to get beat, but you got to learn from it and move on.
How do you block out that outside noise?
It's the guys in the locker room. I think, you can't take criticism from people who you wouldn't, learn from. And I think, with the guys who you're going to battle with, that's who you want to listen to. You want to listen to the coaches, players. You got to stick together. You got to know that it's a long season. If you want to be successful, you got to be one.
Looking ahead to Purdue, they've struggled against the run this year. They're allowing the most rushing yards amongst any Big Ten team by a decent margin. How crucial is it how crucial will it be to kind of establish the run game? You know, for this game, for winning this game and the season going forward.
I think in any football game you play, you got to establish the run. I think when you establish the run, it opens up the pass game. It opens up the offense so much more, and it shows how dominant you are. So I know that we're excited for this opportunity to show that what we can do. But yeah, I think establishing the run is everything. It just allows our team to be successful.
After two pretty crushing losses, you know, there might be kind of like a back to basics approach, simplify things. Eventually, you know, especially for like kind of like that late season gauntlet. Is there like a simple goal for you guys, or a simple mantra, or like what has been the message from the coaches for this week?
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, you gotta come out here and you gotta grow every single day. You gotta play fast. You gotta learn from your mistakes, and you gotta win. Winning isn't easy, no matter what level it is. It starts on Monday, starts on Sunday really after the game. So you got to be at your best every single day. So I think, you know, just every day growing and learning, and putting it on the field on Saturday. I think that's our focus. And then coming out with a dub.
Fickle was talking yesterday about kind of simplifying the running back rotation. You know, like trying to make it a little bit more like established, where like there's like a lead back and kind of an offhand back. And he's saying a big reason for that is because you guys haven't been as explosive in the run game, you know, as you want to be. How important is it for, like, as an offensive lineman to kind of like develop a rhythm with the run game? And do you feel like you guys have been lacking that this year?
You know, I haven't really worried about it. I get where he's coming from. I think being able to get into a rhythm is huge. It's the same thing as an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
That's why we don't rotate, playing next to each other. You got to get into a rhythm, got to get to know each other. So I think it is important for running backs to get into a rhythm. Who that is, it could be anyone. I know our running back room is probably the deepest room we got, and I'm confident in any of those guys to step up and play. So I'm excited. You know, I'll block for whoever's behind me.